Good morning, students. Today we will continue our chapter 1, computer evolution. We have already studied about the history of computers, how many devices, how its technology were developed gradually. Now today we will see the generations of computer. The generations means like their development phases according to their period of time, how it's a generation take places. Okay, so that was classified like generation 1, generation 2, so that we will see it. Here you can see difference between the data input of first generation and second generations computer, so that we will also see like increase in the speed, reliability and storage, decrease in size and cost. Means like in the earlier computer, that size was too big, it takes lots of electricity consumes. Likewise its cost was very high. So likewise we will see it how what are the things get changes and its a development take places. So first of all, that is first generation computer. It was developed in year that is 1946 to 1958, and there which technology were used? That technology is known as vacuum tubes. Okay, data input, data can be inserted by the punch card, paper tape and magnetic tape. These are the inputs by which we are inserting data to this type of computers in this generation. Next we have data output. We can see the printouts, means we will see the data output from the printout. And the external storage. So what are the external storage? Like we are using pen drive nowadays, so there what are the external storage? Like punch card, magnetic drums and tapes. That was the external storage. Languages, which language? Machine language were used, because that program which written means, as you know, that program means to make the understand. As you know that what is computer? Computer is an electronic machine and it compromises two main things. What is software and hardware? Because okay, and these two are interdependent. If there is no software, computer will not run. If not hardware, it will not run. It means there should have the both hardware and software. The coordination of both hardware and software, it's run. In the software, most essential part is your OS, operating system. It should have, because it manages the both hardwares and application software to run. Okay, so this software was written, this language is machine language. Some examples of first generation: ENIAC, EDVAC, UNIVAC, IBM 701, IBM 650. These are the example of first generation computer. You have to write and learn it. Next, second generation computer, okay, that we call 2G also. First generation 1G, second generation 2G. It's the year 1959 to 1964, and there which technology used? Transistors. Data input, data, it was magnetic cores and magnetic disc. There we used magnetic cores and magnetic disc. And how we get the printouts? We are getting output from the printouts. External storage means externally where we store the data. Magnetic cores, that is called primary memory. Okay, magnetic tapes and magnetic discs, same. And which languages is used? Actually there was used assembly language. Okay, so here you can say batch processing, one language, batch processing, multi programming OS, that is called the assembly language. In the second generation, generally we are calling assembly language. Like Fortran and COBOL is the also some these languages is used in the second generation computer. What? Fortran and COBOL, very important, this one, Fortran and COBOL. An example of this: IBM 1620, IBM 7094, CDC 3600, CDC 1604, UNIVAC 1108. These are the example of second generation computer. So which technology used? Transistor, languages, assembly, and these are the examples of second generation computer. Now next you will see it. Next, the third generation computer. In third generation, 1965 to 1970. Okay, and which technology used? Here it was used transistors. In this technology, transistors were integrated circuit were used. IC, integrated circuit. In short, it is called ICs also, integrated circuit. Okay, and here we are giving the input from the keyboard. Now in third generation keyboards, this technology come, keyboards now it was introduced in this third generation. output we are getting on monitor also come in the third generation computer. External storage, magnetic disk. Okay, language we are using here Photon 2. Earlier we are using Photon 1, that was the earlier first version. Now here we started using Photon 2 to 4. Photon 2 to 4. The version of Photon is Photon 2 to 4. COBOL, Pascal, PL1, Basic, then after ALGOL 68. These are the name of the languages, very important, you have to learn. These languages were used in the third generation computer. Examples you can see: IBM 360 series, Honeywell 6000 series PDP, personal data processor IBMs. So like these are the examples of the third generation computer. Next, fourth generation computer, it was come in year 1971 to present till now, and there was used microprocessor. What was used? Microprocessor. And here keyboard and scanner was the input, light pen. Okay, and this monitor, printer was the output, hard disk, there we can store the data. And like time sharing, real time network distributed operating system, high level language, C, C++, DBase. These are the name of the languages which is used in now in the fourth generation computer. This computer now we are using this one. Some example: DEC 10, Star 100, PDP 11, Cray supercomputer, Cray X, MP supercomputer. These are the names of the exam computers and these are the examples of the fourth generation computer. Okay. Now fifth generation computer, here it is used parallel processing hardware, AI, artificial technology. Okay, here is technology is AI, and it's a very high speed optical fiber is the input. Okay, and it is used in the like robotics. Some high level languages are using for the research purpose. Examples you have like robots, speech recognition, Alexa, Google Assistant. These are the examples. Once again I want to tell you what are the main basic development in the all the periods. Actually this technology, vacuum tube size was too big. In the second generation transistors come, so many vacuums, 100 of vacuums are come in the one transistor, so size get reduced, and also it will take the less energy. Earlier it was consume lots of energy. Then after this transistors come in the ICs, it ICs again the smaller version, means it is again get smaller, and so many transistors come in the one IC, its the size become reduced, and also its the cost become reduced, and it's the working capacity, means the like the fastness of the work, it also increase, means it will work very fastly. Then after this IC were replaced by the microprocessor. So many ICs were, thousands of ICs were placed in a one chip. So again this is size reduced, its electric consumption is reduced, its functionality, means the working is increased, it is too fast. Then after AI comes, so that's also very fast. So that's the development, that's the generation of the computer. Okay, now next we will see it. Next we have types of computer. So what are the types of computer and how these are the divided. So first type of computer is your microcomputer. What is it? Microcomputer. These computers are small in size and cost is very less. Its size is small and cost also less. They are usually designed for the personal use, means for we are buying for us which computer we are using at our home, they are called the microcomputer. They are also called personal computers, means which we are using. They are mainly used in home, schools, office, shop, banks, etc. Examples of microcomputer: IBM PC, Commodore 64, etc. These are the examples of microcomputer. These computers are given different names according to their uses. So what are the names? You can see it. Like we are calling personal computers. At home we are using workstation, where we are playing the games. Okay, or like workstation for the high means for the designers are using, like for the designing of the graphics, for some high capacity games they are designing. So there it is used like in the workstation. Okay, workstations are used by small engineers companies, architects, graphic designers, and any organization, departments, or individual that require a faster microprocessor, a large amount of random access memory, and special features such as high speed graphics adapters. Okay, so there it is used. It's a name, means like this, it is also microcomputer, but different places different name. Here when we are using at the home, we are calling PC. When their engineers are used for their own purpose, they are called the workstation. Okay, next you can see Apple Macintosh, Mac, in the short we call Mac. Okay, that is, it is short of personal computer manufactured by which company? Apple. Okay, now next you can see laptop, that we call notebook. They are also microcomputer. These all are the microcomputers only. Okay, like tablet and smartphone, you can see it, tablet and smartphone. Mini computers are there. Okay, mini computers means very, its size is very small. Okay, and this in this mobile phone, which operating system is used? Android. Okay, Android is used. Okay, now mini computers are higher processing speed and are costlier. Okay, that was earlier we have studied microcomputer. Now after this microcomputer, we will see this one, new type of computer. We are studying types of computer. First one mini, okay, sorry, microcomputer. Now next one is the mini computer. This is, it's a processing speed is high and it is costlier than microcomputer. These computers are bigger in size. This computer capable of supporting 4 to 200 users simultaneously. Means earlier in the microcomputer only one user work at a time or two, but here in this 4 to 200 users can work simultaneously, and it's quite faster than microcomputer, and also it is costlier. They are used for the big organization. Is an example like PDP. So in the companies they are using mini computers. Okay, and example PDP 8. These are the example of mini computer. Then after it's come mainframe computer. Mainframe computer, it is highly its capacity is high and costlier also. Okay, and these computers are very powerful and big in size. It's a size very big. These computers are used in network environment. It is largely used in big organization where many people can use simultaneously. Means earlier 4 to 200, here maybe work for the thousands of people at a time, and it's a very big. Okay, next we have supercomputer. Supercomputer, this category of computer is the fastest and also very expensive. Of course, very fast it will be, and the cost is very high. A typical supercomputer can also solve 10 trillions individual calculation per second. In a 1 second, this supercomputer can solve 10 trillions problems, calculations, and just imagine how fast it is. It is exclusively made for complex work purpose like weather forecasting, research, satellite control. So it is used for the scientist purpose. They are using for their own uses. Here you can see Sumit. This is the name of the supercomputer, Sumit, which was developed by IBM, is the fastest supercomputer in the world as June 8, 2018. It was developed for use for Oak Ridge National Laboratory by USA. Okay, so now we have studied what are the types of the computer. So computer divided into some categories. First we call the microcomputer. Okay, then we call the mini computer, micro, then after mini, then we call the mainframe computer, then after supercomputer. Okay, so this is the category of types of computer. So this is about your computer evaluation and types of computer. So once again you read this chapter thoroughly and try to learn all the names, time period, technology and all that. Okay.